Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. Today, 19th of May, we have a new moon in Taurus. Certainly for us in the UK, 16:53 GMT or British Standard Time. Apply your own time zones as appropriate. But we have a new moon in Taurus. Interestingly, a couple of days before we enter Gemini season. So it's almost like we've got this new moon, this new lunar cycle starting in Taurus, and then a couple of days after we're into air energy of Gemini. So new beginning, new beginning. And it could feel like there's a lot of new beginnings, or we're certainly being called for new beginnings at this moment in time, and certainly in the recent past, because of the transformation that we're going through. And recognizing that later on today, again, certainly for us in the UK, with this new moon in Taurus, this is about what we want to manifest in our life in terms of our reality. What do we want to see in our material surroundings relating to our worth and values? In order to do that, we need to understand what our worth and values are. For the UK, and I have done an astrology report, so if this resonates for you, check it out on my Goddess of Neptune YouTube channel. But what I noticed with the UK's chart is there is heavy emphasis on the 11th house, connections with other people. That's where the moon will be for the new moon, and that is where the sun is at this moment in time. So there is that exact conjunction between the sun and the moon in the 11th house, along with Uranus, the planet of change. So calling for change and allowing the soul essence of the sun, that massive expansive energy of the sun in the cosmos, and the moon, our emotions and feelings, to guide us in terms of what needs to change in connections with other people. There is also, of course, Pluto in the 7th house for the UK, relationships. So transformation in relationships with people, places, things. I've also mentioned about the square to Lilith, and there is a square also between the South Node and Pluto. So karmic stuff coming up. And again, with the placements in the UK chart, this could be karmic relationships with people, or karmic relationships with situations that have been going on for many lifetimes. It could be past life related with the South Node, that we are being called to transform. So it's heavy energy, and Lilith could be bringing up some of those shadows, the fears and anxieties, but we are going through this transformation. There is a lot of Taurus energy to support us in this worth and values embodiment that we need to have. We need to own our sovereignty first and foremost, and recognize where things need to change for our highest good in alignment with our worth and values. But we need to know our worth and values first and foremost. So I won't labor the point, but if you're interested in finding out more about the astrology, check out my video on my Goddess of Neptune YouTube channel, link in the page bio. This is just for the tarot. So if you're just here for the tarot, welcome, and let's get cracking. First of all, I was getting the decks ready, and this card wanted to poke out, and it's the Queen of Cups. So this is about being open to receive and being very comfortable in one's emotions as a sovereign being, but almost having that kind of comfort in knowing that what is divinely intended for you in terms of emotional fulfillment, Cups energy, will always find you. And having that confidence enables you to be open to receive, like the Queen of Cups. Eyes closed, hands open. So there is that need for us to be, aware of that and to be comfortable in our emotions. And on the bottom, we've got the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers came out in the card pull I did at the end of my astrology overview from a different deck. And that to me, yes, it could relate to a soulmate connection because of what I was talking about with relationships and connections with other people. But it can also be a big choice because it's Major Arcana energy. So it could just be that you need to make the choice to be comfortable in your emotions, okay? Maybe it's preventing a connection coming in, and that's why the Lovers is in reverse, because you're closed off to that. However it resonates for you. So I wanted to just mention that first and foremost, okay? But let's jump in and see what the cards have to say. For the new moon, oops. Oh, well, the energy's a bit a bit stiff. I've got the sun that fell out in reverse, okay, Leo energy. And maybe we're just not feeling like the full embodiment of self at this moment in time because it's been tiring, it's been intense healing journey with what we've had to be going through. So let's see what we have for the collective, please. New moon in Taurus. Wow, there we go. Definitely wants to be seen. So the Lovers, we'll see what else comes out. Because as I say, it could be a choice and it could relate to a soulmate connection. Wow. Six of Cups. So this could very well be past life soul connection. Okay. Now Knight of Pentacles came out, and that is movement towards stability. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the deck, but is the most reliable. He came out in the upright. Okay. So this would indicate movement towards stability of some kind. It may not feel like that, but there is movement towards stability. And there is also this, what I'm feeling here is kind of that need to walk away from something that maybe isn't stable. And I'm just drawn back to the astrology now. Sorry about this, but it's just there with me because the South Node is in the 4th house for the UK, which is the foundations. So if something's coming up that's indicating that a foundation is maybe not as stable as it perhaps should be, or that you want it to be in accordance with your worth and values, then it's kind of movement away from that towards something that is more stable in its foundations for you. But with those two coming out, this could be a past life soulmate, because we've got the Lovers, very magnetic energy, and Six of Cups, which can indicate past life soulmates. It's emotional fulfillment. There is an essence of nostalgia to it as well. So let's see what else we have. Wow, one that's caused heartbreak, potentially. There is movement out of that, and that could be why there's more movement towards stability, because the heartbreak is being healed. The pain of the past is being healed. And I could go deep into this in terms of past life soulmate connections, because it could be that some stuff is coming up at the moment in this lifetime, in the present, that relates to a past life soulmate that caused horrific pain in the past. It's not causing pain in the present, but it caused horrific pain in the past. And that's what's being brought up to be healed and transmuted in this lifetime. I know that's quite deep, and I could go on about that for a while. If it's resonating for you, it's resonating for you. Okay, let's see what else we have, please, from the Light Seers Tarot. Anything else for the collective new moon in Taurus? I would say that certainly with the Knight of Pentacles, you know, in terms of new moon and manifestations, this is about, yes, movement towards the stability that you want, bedding in that reality, grounding in that reality, that Taurus energy, worth and values that I was mentioning before. Right, interesting. Okay, that one wants to come out as well. Right, well, self-love is very important, because we've got Ace of Cups in reverse on the bottom and 10 of Wands underneath that. So this is about closing out a cycle that's not been serving you, but needing to show yourself the self-love to be able to do that. And what we have is we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords came out in the other reading, but a different deck. 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so there's a bit of stagnancy in terms of movement towards that which lights you up. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, you know, movement towards stability. Again, grounding in your reality, but you need to find that flame within. You need to find what lights you up, because with the 9 of Wands, she's holding that wand, you know, so she's very clear of what lights her up. She's just being a bit defensive. And of course, I'm saying she because it's a female on the card, but this is just the energy. So this person very much knows, this is my opportunity, and I'm almost safeguarding it. I'm protecting it. So there needs to be a bit more freedom and liberation to that, because that can be quite closed off energy. You also want to be mindful of kind of player energy as well, just to bring that up, because we've got 7 of Swords in reverse as well as the Knight of Wands in reverse. Take that how it resonates. But of course, underneath that Ace of Cups was the 10 of Wands. So when you've got the 9 of Wands and you add an extra wand to it, then that makes the 10 of Wands. That makes the overburdening. So potentially you know what lights you up, okay? And this Queen of Swords energy brings the truth to that, brings the clarity. She cuts through the BS to get to the truth of the matter. Can be quite detached, can come across quite detached, because there's almost that need to separate the logic from the feelings and the emotions. And sometimes that's needed when we need to move forward. So recognizing and understanding what it is that you want to go towards is very important. And Queen of Swords energy can help that. But there is a need to, because we saw the Queen of Cups, understand what a thing, a person, whatever it is, how that makes you feel, because that can guide you. Your intuition can guide you. And then the Queen of Swords can cut through to the truth of it and be a bit more strategic. And I'm feeling that with the Seven of Swords, because it's not my favourite card, it can indicate deception and sneaky behaviour, but it could also be that there is a need to be strategic about what you want to move towards. And that could be what the choice is with the Lovers card that we saw. If it's to do with a past life soulmate where potentially there was some heartbreak or pain of the past, it could even be in a past life that needs to be healed, it's knowing your worth in this situation, showing yourself that self-love and moving in the direction of what is stable to you in terms of your own foundations and the reality that you want to experience, being strategic about that, okay, owning what it is that you want and allowing yourself to cut through to the truth of that and be a sovereign being in your own right, okay? Let's see what we have from Wisdom of the Oracle to support this reading, okay, for the collective, please. This is about knowing your worth and values, showing yourself that self-love. Wow, loyal heart. Understanding who is loyal around you, you know? And also what I'm getting is being loyal to yourself in relation to that. Being loyal to yourself, yes, because you're blessed, okay? And everything that we're going through is for a reason. There's a purpose to everything. On the bottom we have thinker in reverse. So out of that overthinking energy, never ending story underneath that, stop telling yourself the same story that things is going to fail. You know, it's recognizing that the pain of the past is the pain of the past. We can use that wisdom to guide us forward because we've learned from those experiences. But this is about recognizing that you're blessed. Be loyal to yourself, and that can be reflected back to you in a soulmate connection once you're loyal to yourself. And understand that those around you, and this is where the connections aspect comes into it, you know, recognizing those around you that are loyal to you, again, in accordance with your worth and values, and where things may need to change. Okay, what else do we have, please, from the Queen of the Moon? Queen of the Moon. Right, so this is patience in reverse. So there could be a need for you to be patient with yourself as you're going through this healing journey. Wow, look at that, self-love. That's basically the same message as that. You know, Ace of Cups in reverse and self-love in reverse. You've got to show yourself that self-love. There is acceptance of that as well. But needing to definitely be patient with yourself through this healing journey, because what's coming up needs to be accepted and acknowledged before it can be processed accordingly. As the sun comes out now behind me. So I'm wishing you all the best for this new moon in Taurus, okay? Make sure when you're setting your manifestations, etc., it's relating to your worth and values, what you want to experience in your reality, and then having the faith to surrender to that with the divine, because you are the co-creator of your reality with the divine, but you need to meet the universe halfway with that as well. Okay, so sending you love and blessings. Take care, everyone.